All right, this video is going to go over 9.1, which is direct and inverse variation. So the first thing that I would say you need to know is direct is basically as x goes up, y goes up. Or if x goes down, y goes down. They go the same direction. This one you'll just set up like x over y equals x over y, and you'll cross multiply to solve. But then there's also inverse variation. And that's if like x goes up, y goes down. Or if x goes down, y goes up. They go opposite directions. And for this, you'll have to use the equation y equals a over x. And I like to write it twice. I'll show you why. So this is what you need to know before we start. Okay, look at this first one. My x's are going up and my y's are going up. This is direct variation. And so all you have to do here, oh, I guess we're not really solving anything. We're just labeling it. Okay, so this is direct. All right, now look at the second one. My x's are going down while my y's go up. This is inverse. Inverse variation. All right, so sometimes they'll tell you, like on number 1 here, they tell you it varies inversely. As soon as I see that word, I write y equals a over x, and I write it twice. And so your goal here is to find a. It's like a constant. So just pick x and y that they give you. So they give you x3, y8, and just plug it into this first equation. So it'd look like 8 equals a over 3. Now you want to solve for a, so times by 3. And you'll end up with a equals 24. As soon as you know a, you throw it right into the second equation. And you also plug in the other piece of information they give you. So here's what I mean. Y equals, we know a, and we know the next x. 24 over 12 is 2. Nothing to it. So again, I really like to write y equals a over x twice, because as soon as you find a from the first one, you're going to take it and put it right into the second equation with the other information that you know. Hope that made sense. Okay, let's look at the second one. They say it varies directly. So when it varies directly, it's just a cross multiply problem. Here's what I mean. All you do is you put x over y, so 2 over 4, right? These right here. And you set it equal to x over y. Well, we know x is 6. We don't know y. And then you're going to cross multiply. So you have 2 times y is 2y, and then equals 6 times 4 is 24. And then you just solve it. So just divide by 2, y equals 12. Okay, the next one. They tell me it's varying inversely. Again, as soon as I see that word, I write y equals a over x twice. Okay, now it doesn't matter what you call x and what you call y, as long as you stay consistent. So we'll make time x. So x is time. And we'll make y the rate. I like to write that down just so I know which one's which. But again, it doesn't matter. I could have made y time and x the rate. I just have to stay consistent throughout both equations. So here we go. It takes 3 hours, so that's an x, to empty a tank of water when the pumping rate is 80. So that's my y. We have to go solve for a. So times by 3. I know a is 240. And as soon as I know that, I plug it into the second equation, along with the other piece of information I know. They give me another rate. That's a y. So it'd look like this. 60 equals, my a was 240, over x. All right, now you can kind of think of this as a cross multiply if you want. So 60 times x equals 240 times 1, and then you can just divide. So you get x equals 4. Okay, now next one. They're giving me direct variation, so it's just x over y equals x over y. So again, it doesn't matter which one's which. Let's say body weight is x and water is y. All right. Again, I write it down just so I can stay consistent. So the first one, they give me body weight of 90, or body mass, I guess, and 60 kilograms of water. So that's my y. And so now it equals, they want water. So they're going to want the y. And they give me a body mass of 50. All right, now again, it's just a cross multiply problem. So you got 90y equals 3,000. And so now you can divide by 90. So divide by 90. And you'll get y equals, these cancel, 300 over 9 is 33.33, or 33 1/3. That would be my answer. And it sometimes, all right, I should say this actually, you need to put what it is. So like, look at this one above it here. We found x equals 4. Well, x was time, so it's actually 4 hours. And then this one that we just did, we were talking about kilograms of water. So you would need kilograms. So just keep that in mind. Okay, next. Okay, it's an inverse variation. So as soon as I see that, I write y equals a over x twice. Okay, we got presents and money. So we'll make presents x and money y. All right, so 5 presents, $12. So $12 equals a over 5 presents. All right, so go ahead and solve for a times by 5. A is 60. And it goes right into the second equation. And they give me also 3 presents for the next one. That's an x. So y equals 60 over 3. 60 divided by 3 is 20. And we were talking about cost, so $20. All right, next up. Direct variation. So it's x over y equals x over y. We've got kilometers and we got centimeters. So we'll make kilometers x and centimeters y. All right, so we got 25 kilometers to 2 centimeters equals an unknown kilometers to 7 centimeters. Now it's a cross multiply. So you get, I think it's 175 equals 2x. Then you can just divide by 2. I would just, personally, I would just leave it 175 over 2. You can make it a decimal if you want, but a fraction's just as good to me. So, and we were talking about x, so that's kilometers. Okay, next up. Now they're giving us tables and they're not telling us if it's direct or inverse. So look at my x's, they're going up. Look at my y's, they are going down. This is inverse. So I write y equals a over x twice. Now you gotta go solve for a. So pick you, it doesn't really matter. Pick you an xy to use and plug it into your first equation. So it'd look like 10 equals a over 3, right? Solve for a. So I know a is 30. It then goes directly into my second equation. And as well as the next piece of information I'm given. So 30 was A, then they tell me X is 15 and they want to know the Y for it. 30 over 15 is 2. Okay, next up. The X's go up, the Y's go up. This is direct variation. So it's just X over Y equals X over Y. So pick an X and a Y. Again, it doesn't matter. So you got 2 over 30 equals, and then they're telling you when X equals 10, they want to know the Y. So 10 to Y. Now it's a cross multiply problem. So you get 2Y equals 300, and you can divide by 2, and you get Y equals 150. Okay, next up. The X's go up, the Y's go down. This is inverse. So I write Y equals A over X twice. All right, now pick an X and a Y, it doesn't matter which one, and go solve for A. So it'd look like 60 equals A over 3. Solve for A, so times by 3. You got A equals 180. As soon as you know that, it goes right into the second equation, as well as whatever else they gave you. So they gave you 6 friends, and that's number of people, so that's an X. So it'd look like Y equals 180 over 6, which is 30. And this one, they're talking about cost. So I'm assuming dollars. Yep, in dollars. So it'd be $30. Okay, next one. My X's go up, my Y's go up. This is direct variation. So it's just X over Y equals X over Y. Pick an X and a Y. It doesn't matter which one. I'll use 140 and 5. So X is 140, Y is 5 equals. And then they give us driving 336 miles. So that's a distance. So that's an X. 336 to, we don't know the Y. That's what we're trying to find. So now it's a cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, 336 times 5 is 1680 equals 140 times Y. And so you'll divide by 140. And you'll get Y equals 12. And this is amount of gas in gallons. So my answer would be 12 gallons. Okay, next one. My X's go up, my Y's go down. This is inverse. So I write Y equals A over X twice. Pick you an X and a Y to use. So 32 is my Y. A over X was 3. Go solve for A. So times by 3. We got A equals 96. And it goes straight into my second equation, as well as whatever else they tell us. So they tell us 6 painters. Well, painters is X. So it'd be like Y equals 96 over 6, which is 16. And that's total working time in hours. So that's 16 hours. Okay. This last one, my X's go up, my Y's go up. This is direct. So it's just X over Y equals X over Y. And so plug in an X and a Y. It doesn't matter which ones. So you got 4 over 72 equals, and then they tell us 20 minutes. They want to know how much water comes out. Well, 20 minutes is time. So that's my X over how much water, that'd be my Y. And so now it's a cross multiply. So you get 1440 equals 4Y. So that's what, 360? And that's amount of water in gallons. So my answer would be gallons, 360 gallons. So again, direct variation, it's just X over Y equals X over Y, and you cross multiply to solve. It's inverse, that's weird. You need to write Y equals A over X twice. Go find A, and then plug it into the next equation, and then go solve. So hope this video helped.